Today we're gonna make kabuli pulao, Afghan rice, and I will show you step by step on how to make it with all the ingredients that we have here. So come over here. So if you can see, we've got onions here, chopped in this type of shape. We got carrots here, cut it in this slices. We got lamb meat, chopped in half, and we have put salt in them, and they've been properly washed. On here, we have oil. Here we have raisins, and we have the rice here. We have water and the cup. So right now we have the pan here, and inside here we'll insert oil, and then we will put the meat inside, and we will leave it to rest for around 20-25 to half an hour, and we'll wait that to be cooked. And then after that, what we will do is we'll add the onions, and then after the onions we'll add the carrots in, and then after the carrots we'll put the rice in, and then we'll put the raisins in. But I'll be showing you how the process works step by step while we're going through the cooking, and you'll see the end result. So at the moment we'll put the oil and we'll put the meat in, and I'll show you the rest step by step. Thank you. So we have turned on the gas, and now we're gonna put the oil in. By the way, we're making this rice for around 4 to 5 people, and there's around 4 cups of rice in there, and I'll put the link on the rice in the description. So we're putting the oil inside the pan. You may think it's a lot of oil, but it dries out once we put in the rice and the meat. And now what we'll do, we'll put the oil in, wait for around 10 minutes for the oil to be hot, so when we put the meat in, it's ready to cook. Alright, so now you can see that we've kept the oil for 7 to 8 minutes, and it's proper hot, and it's ready for the meat to go inside. We can't really put all at once, so what we'll do is we'll put little by little, but we'll be putting all of it in. This is around 2 kilograms of meat, so just come here, sorry. So now we have put the whole meat inside. Now what you can see is we have put the meat inside with the oil, nothing else, just the meat and the oil. And we're just going to be mixing it up together so all the meat is cooked. This process takes the longest, and it will take around half an hour, depending on how you want to cook your meat, but we want to do it this way, so it's going to take around half an hour, 40 minutes maybe as well. Just leave it, keep mixing it, and leave it to rest. Just close it and wait for it for around half an hour, and then we'll get back to you in the next step. Right, so now we have come back after 30 minutes, and we're seeing how it's being cooked. So as you can see, the meat is being cooked quite well, and we want it as tender as possible so it melts in your mouth. These are the meat, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add the onions. These are the onions. We're going to add it in with the meat for it to be cooked. The onion doesn't take long, it takes about 15 minutes for it. 10 to 15 minutes to be cooked. We just want the onions to go a little bit darker color, around browny color, not too burnt though. So we're going to leave that for a little bit, and we're going to mix it quite well. So we'll leave that to cook. Once we're done with the onions, I'll show you what we have to do with the carrots, but we'll leave for the onions for now. Okay, we have got the meat here. Come inside, come and have a look. So the meat and the onion is being mixed together, and we're just waiting for the onion to basically dissolve and get mixed and sort of melt. But yeah, of course it's not going to melt, but it should go really tender that you can't see. If you can see it properly, it goes a little bit brown, and we don't want it to go too dark color, so we add a little bit of water. Half a cup would do. Just spread the water around. That should be enough. and keep stirring. Don't stop stirring. Okay, and now what we do is we close it back and we wait for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes of adding the water, we'll add the carrots in. So now we leave it for another 5 minutes after adding the water. So if you come closer, you can see the meat is quite cooked now. Not super cooked, but quite cooked, really close to cooked. What we'll do is we'll add some carrots in there. Not so much right now, but that's like, we'll add this much carrots for now, and I'll show you next step. Just mix it quite well. Mix the carrot completely in, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this in. We're gonna keep the carrots in there and close the lid for around, not too long, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and we'll leave it to rest for that. In the meantime, what we will do is we'll get a new fresh pan. We'll add some drips of oil, not so much, okay? Some carrots in here. What we'll need is, as it's an Afghani rice, we're gonna need to put some carrots at the top of the rice with the raisins. So we will put some oil in the pan, as we have just now, a little bit, not so much. And then what we'll do is we'll put the carrots in here. We're just going to leave that for some time, and we want to get that really cooked. So when we put it at the top of the rice, once it's cooked, it will taste really good. So just keep mixing that and leave it on there for around 15 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how your cooker is. We'll leave it for 10 minutes in our case. We have put the rice inside here, inside the clean water. We left it here for around 1 hour, 1 hour and a half before we started the whole process. So what we'll do is we'll take it out of the water and we'll dry it in a sieve. So once the rice is dry without the water, we'll put it back in the bowl. So what we do now is we come back to our meat and carrots and onions, just check how it's going. So we get the rice without the water, the rice itself, and we put it inside the pan, we mix it with the carrots, meat and everything else that you see in here. We're just consuming. There are many different ways of cooking Afghani rice, but this is one way that we do in our household. So now what we do is we just mix it, zoom into the thing, keep mixing it. Cut. If you zoom in, we have mixed it, we've mixed the rice with the meat, and what we will need to do is we'll need to add water. We need to add water in a certain level where it's just above the rice and the meat, so it gives us weight. So we can see we got it would be preferred if it's hot water mainly. So we've got a hot kettle of water here, and as you can see, we'll just add the water on the top of the rice and the meat, hot water, and we'll be putting it until the level is above the meat and the rice. So that's enough now. If you can see, and we'll give it a good mix, Okay. While we're mixing the water and the rice and everything, it will be preferred to add some salt. So we've got this much salt in here, and we just drip it all around. and we need to do a good mix after adding it. So the salt is in there, and our good mix comes in again. Okay, as you can see, we're mixing the salt, water with the rice and everything, of course. So now what we do is we'll put the lid on the top of the, and we'll leave it for some time until we'll keep checking on a regular basis, and the water will dissolve, it will disappear inside, and it will all be rice itself. So we'll check on that. In the meantime, what we'll do is we've got the carrots still going on here quite strong, so we'll need to mix that and mix this properly. Carrots is cooked, so what we'll need to do is we'll need to take it out of the pan, and we're putting it here for now on a separate plate. So we take this out, use a smaller we take the carrots out. I will empty the pan, because what we'll need to do is we'll need to put the raisins after. So now what we do is once we take the carrots out of the pan, we've got the raisins now. These are special raisins. I will put the information in the description. We add the raisins in there. We'll keep the raisins for not too long, maximum of 5 minutes, so that will be done quickly. We'll just be moving that about for it to be done. And in the meantime, so if we come back to the rice and the meat, we open up, come in, have a look. So if you could see, the water has disappeared basically, it's evaporated, and it's looking quite good so far, but we're not there yet. So give it a really solid, good mix. Raisin is done. We don't keep it for too long, maybe 3 minutes or 4 minutes. The max is 5 minutes. We put it back in the same bowl we took it out from, or it depends on you. That's done. So we got the carrot, and we've got the raisins ready. This is for later. We'll come back to the rice now. So if we open up the rice is going quite good, and we just give it a good stir again. All right. So while this is here, what we will need to do is we'll need to get the lid of the pan. We put it in a cloth. We wrap it around with the cloth. We got it like this, and what we'll need to do is just a little bit of mix again. So we put this on here. Alright, so what that does is it takes the water out, it dries out, so it soaks the rice and the meat together really nicely. And we can't leave it for this high level of gas. We'll put it in very, very low, just like that, not too high, not too low, just that. And what we'll do now is we'll leave it like this for a couple of minutes. I would say around 30 minutes. Or 25 to 30 minutes, depends how you want it, but we'll leave it for 30 in our case. And then once that's done, I'll show you the next step. It's sort of ready, actually we are ready. So we're going to turn off the gas that was on so far. Done with that. And now we're going to get the lid off. It looks great. What we'll need to do, we've got two plates here, and we're going to separate the meat and the rice. But before we go ahead and do that, no gloves, we need to give it a good solid move. Wow, it looks beautiful. And what we'll do is we'll get the meat on a separate one. So we have taken the meat, most of the meat out. It's not really necessary, but we choose to. So the meat is all out. Now we've got the rice here. Come closer. We've got the rice here, and what we'll do is we'll put the rice in that bowl here. Gonna put the whole rice in there. Nice. So now we're done putting the rice here, and what we'll do is we will now, the bowl's empty, we'll get the meat from here. Before you go ahead and do this move, wash your hands properly. Get the meat from here, like this, and put it wherever you prefer, the top, so it's easy to get. Or you could always use different type of meat, but you've used this specific meat because this is the most popular one when it comes to Afghan rice. We've got the rice here now. Now we have the carrot that we cooked earlier on. Just use your hand before you go ahead and do this. Wash your hands and just spread it all around. Make it good on the sides and everything. I think that's more than enough for us. Some people like small, some people don't even like carrots. You know, it's not necessary, but in our case we like carrots. We got the raisin here that we cooked earlier on. Just blend it all around. Put it all around. So now we have put the raisins, I put the carrot, we've put everything in. So it's ready to eat, and we'll show a close-up inside in the plates. Now we're gonna give it a taste and see how it feels. We've got our main course here. We've made some salad. It's just a regular salad. We've got some Greek yogurt, low fat, and we've got some Afghan things here. So we're gonna try it out and see how it tastes. It tastes just the way we wanted it. Very lovely, very tender. The meat is really cooked. The raisin and everything. You can use your bread with it as well if you wanted to, but it's totally up to you. And the yogurt. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, then thumbs up. We'll be making more in future. So as you can see, the rice is ready to eat. We'll eat and see how it tastes, and that's how it looks. Got everything in there, all the ingredients we need.